This artwork is trying to capture the sound of a single beautiful day and make it last forever. The artwork is called Aeolian Harp by Stephan Vitiello. It's not really a thing you look at, it's a sound that comes out of a box. You just listen to it. If you ever find yourself with an artwork feeling like you just don't get it, please remember, there are some artworks that become infinitely more interesting the more you know about them. And thankfully, we have someone who can share some of those interesting layers.
I'm Alice Gray Stites, Chief Curator and Museum Director for 21C Museum Hotels.
Alice saw everything that happened in the creation of this artwork.
I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to just be a witness to the whole process.
So take a deep breath, close your eyes if you want to, as we reveal some interesting layers about Aeolian Harp. Let's start with the name of this piece. What does it mean?
Aeolian harp in ancient Greece was a wooden instrument that was played by the wind, named for Aeolus, the god of the wind.
To understand how the recording was made, Alice had to take us back to the summer of 2009.
It was a strangely windy August day. So Stephan came and brought a 21st century Aeolian harp, an electric guitar. And he laid his electric guitar in the grass and he let the wind play the instrument.
So talk me through the mechanics. You had a guitar plugged in, an
Yes.
amp? Okay.
Recorded.
And if you turn a guitar up loud enough to hear the wind moving the strings, you also pick up a lot of other sounds.
You could hear birds chirping, bees buzzing. You could almost hear the wind moving through the grass.
So why did Stephan Vitiello make this recording? He was asked to make it by a good friend of Alice named Al Shands.
Al was a risk taker. Stephan came and Al gave him complete freedom. He said, just come up with an idea.
And the idea came out of long talks between the two of them.
Al had such a deep awareness that life is brief. He was always excited about what comes after. Artists in particular could pick up on that and respond to it. And the work communicates that.
So now when you listen to this artwork, you'll have lots of things to think about. An ancient instrument from the past, made with present-day equipment, trying to capture a single August day. The recording now plays for us on a loop, so that brief moment can last forever.
It's an infinite loop. You just go back again.
Aeolian Harp is a celebration of life and nature and our brief ability to experience it. One final piece to this story.
There are certain people, when they're gone, there's no filling that gap.
Al Shands passed away in 2021 after a handful of years listening to this recording at his house. The sounds of the artwork mixing with the sounds of nature around him, coming from the same field where Stephan Vitiello made his recording.
And I thought at the time, and now I'm even more convinced, that this was a prescient artwork to make for Al, because that music is associated with the numinous, or maybe it's what you hear in the Elysian fields. And I'd like to think that that Al carried that soundtrack with him. Sorry.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you still have questions, that is a great place to be.
Part of the pleasure of contemporary art is being mystified by it. I love things I don't understand, because that means I'm going to learn something. And I think this was also true for Al. Look how young he was, into his 90s. Nobody feels old when they're learning something.